Hi, this is Russ Walden with Father's Heart Ministry. Welcome back to the Mentoring Minute. I'm your host, Russ Walden, and today we're doing a deep dive into the fascinating consideration of relationships. And I've titled this session, this podcast episode, The Alchemy of Connection. As relationships progress, there are different stages, like a caterpillar to a butterfly, or a seed in the ground to a stalk of wheat. And initially, there's the celebratory phase, that initial spark of newfound connection, pregnant with potential, exhilaration, joy. But what do things look like as the relationship grows and progresses along the natural growth curve of every relationship, whether it be personal or friendship, work relationships, or your social circle, even the church you attend? The truth is, every relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, or even our connection to God, goes through three distinct phases. And understanding these phases can help us navigate the ups and downs and build stronger and more fulfilling bonds. Now, the first phase is enamorment. Now, this is what we all love. Rose-colored glasses, butterflies, that feeling of just being captivated by the other person's strengths or their potential, and we might even idolize them a bit. In a spiritual sense, this is like that initial excitement of a new faith journey. Everything feels fresh, inspiring, full of possibility. But, like any honeymoon, this phase doesn't last forever, and that's okay. It's meant, if it's like a child that is born and they grow to be a toddler, but what happens if they just stop growing? So we don't want to stay in the infancy of relationship. We want to mature to what Ephesians 4 talks about, a full-grown man, a full-grown person, to have grown-up relationships and connections. Because every relationship is meant to, as it grows, it's meant to transition us into something deeper. After that initial phase of enamorment, there inevitably comes disillusionment. This is where things get real. We start to see the flaws. People get stuck here all the time. We start to see the flaws and the imperfections. Maybe those quirks that were once endearing become annoying. Disappointments arise. Life happens. And in our faith, this might be like a season of doubt or questioning. We might feel distant from God or struggle with our beliefs. And whether it's a spiritual relationship, a friendship, or a romance, this phase can be real tough, but it's crucial for growth. It's an opportunity to move beyond superficiality and build a foundation of authenticity. And then, so enamorment, disillusionment, and then comes reality, phase 3. This is where the real magic happens. We see the other person or our faith or whatever the connection is, whether it's a social connection, a spiritual connection, friendship, romance, marriage, professional relationships, a job. How many times do you see people jumping from job to job to job because they're initially enamored, but then they're disillusioned and they don't hang around for the reality phase, and they jump to the next job or career, and it begins to shape their whole life, and it becomes less than perhaps God was willing for it to become. And we wonder where the level of blessing is, because we didn't move from enamorment to disillusionment to what? Reality. We see the other person or our faith or whatever connection it is for what they truly are, imperfections at all. And we learn to love unconditionally, to accept the good with the not so good. This is maturing love, built on trust, understanding, and commitment. And in this phase, we discover the true depth and beauty of connection as God intended. You know, we hear about soul ties, and generally they have a negative connotation, but yet Paul said, he said, let your hearts be knit together in love. I don't care whether it's a friendship, a marriage, a spiritual relationship, a church relationship, or even on the job. We are created to be creatures of connection. And without it, life can be very difficult. We were not made, like God said it to Adam, it is not good for man to be alone. And it's interesting that at the time he said that, he was using the term man in an anthropological sense because both Adam and Eve were in the same being. God had not separated them yet. But nonetheless, they were alone. We're not meant to live our lives in isolation. It can be scarring. It can cause our lives to be less than God intended. But if we have a track record of enamorment and disillusionment without ever going on to that next phase, then life becomes very difficult and we have a relationship track record that isn't very inspiring. But if we can push past into that place of reality, true commitment, then we find strength in vulnerability and we experience a love that transcends the natural, transcends that which is merely human, and touches the face of God. So whether you're navigating a new romance, deepening a friendship, or seeking a more profound connection with your faith, remember these three phases. Embrace the journey, even the messy parts, and know that this is the dance of every true connection as God would have us experience it. So we have more information about this on our blog. If you go to fathersheartministry.net and click on blog and just maybe scroll down a little bit, you're going to find the complete article, the complete post on the alchemy of connection. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to it, share it with a friend, and remember, in the journey of relationships, every phase is an opportunity for growth and deeper connection. Until next time, I'm Russ Walden with Father's Heart Ministry. Be sure to visit fathersheartministry.net. We have many prophetic resources, many options for personal ministry just for you, as well as subscribing to our daily prophetic word, which has 250,000 subscribers. And I know it would be a blessing to you. Maybe you would like to have prophetic counseling. That's an opportunity, or a pastoral call. Those things are possible. Just go to the website, fathersheartministry.net. Be sure to go to the blog to find the article on the alchemy of connection, and take a look at our online store, even our Breakthrough School. Our Breakthrough School has 2 courses specific to relationships. One of them is called Relationship Breakthrough, and the other one is called Marriage Breakthrough. God intends every marriage to be that of a power couple in the kingdom, and the Marriage Breakthrough course will help you understand that. God bless you. Until next time.